Hello and welcome back to episode 6 of the Soft Focus podcast with Jake and Jonah. This week we will be discussing anything that comes across our minds along with Superman and How to Train Your Dragon. You saw Superman, right, Jake?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you wanna lead off with that, or is there something else you wanted to get off your chest?
I'm trying to think. No, those are the two big ones we've got, and then other ones will come up. So, but I think Superman's the perfect place to start.
Okay. I kind of want to hear your thoughts because I not that I have a strong opinion on it, but I know my opinion on it, so I just want to hear what yours is.
Yeah. So for me, it was a very I guess innocent and fun. Not super innocent, but like it was very like it wouldn't, I don't know, it was safe in a lot of ways, but it was also just like a light kind of good time. For me, like a 7 out of 10, like a safe 7 out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my initial take on the whole thing.
I liked it a lot more than I thought I would, personally.
Okay.
I went in with like pretty low expectations. Not low, like, oh, this is going to be a bad movie, but based on the trailers, like the way it was shot, and I don't know if you keep up with like all this stuff as much as me, but James Gunn like tweets all the time, and I'm like, dude, just like focus on your movie, like stop responding to fans on Twitter, like, do your thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it just looked like overstuffed and everything, and so I was like, what is this, like, is this going to be like tonally right? But I had a blast with it. I don't know, I was kind of just like, oh, this is just like, a fun, simple movie. Like, we talk about it a lot, but it was just like the basics, and I totally dug it.
Definitely by the basics. The what was fresh about it to me was like just the actual lightness and funness of it. Like,
yes,
it didn't even have like the kind of like a Marvel movie. I don't think a Marvel movie's ever made me cry. But, like, it definitely, like, had the door open to those, like Marvel movies does. But Superman, like, it wasn't really trying to throw you in any sort of emotional or mental turmoil. Like, it was definitely, like, just there if you just want to have fun, be at peace with it. It was that, yeah. And for me, I saw it in a theater that wasn't super packed, even though it was Saturday night. I was in like the outskirts of Georgia seeing it, so like I didn't expect much, but I could definitely see, because I know you probably saw it in a pretty packed, fun theater. Was that the case?
Yeah, good theater.
Yeah, I imagine that made it even more fun. For me, it was kind of a quiet fun, but if the crowd was really into it, it could have been more fun.
No, the crowd was pretty, I would say, a little too into it at first.
Like Minecraft into it?
Not Minecraft into it, but like old school Marvel into it, kind of, where like the logo comes up and you hear like a few guys like go nuts with it. Like, yeah! No. Woo!
That's a bit much.
I'm like, no, and I was like, oh dear. But that was all they really did. But like, people laughed when it was supposed to be funny, so that it always helps. Like, people shit on sitcoms for having laugh tracks, but having other people laugh when it's supposed to be funny does make you subconsciously go, oh, this is funny. And
we should make a movie with a laugh track. That's never been done. We
should, dude. That would actually be so... Maybe like at the very end, it's revealed it was all on a set. It's like a Truman Show type thing.
Yeah. No, it would actually be like if you like ironically like put it like no jokes in the movie were funny, but there was a laugh track, and that always made people laugh. I feel like that could work.
I think you're right. The jokes would become funny
because of the laugh track. Like that's
yes.
the exclamation point to all of them.
Well, I heard someone say this movie kind of they left with the same feeling as Force Awakens, and I think I agree with that, where it just felt like a classic film in the best sense of the like. We talked about F1 being like classic. F1 is like I laugh in the back of my seat like ha, this is classic. But for Superman, it's like earnest classic. And I just really like the more I think about when I left it, I definitely had issues with it. Like the second act, it got very comic booky. But at the end of the day, I'm like,
what do you mean by comic booky?
Like I guess spoilers don't matter. But we were in like the pocket dimension, and there's like the fucking neutron river, and there's a dude who can like become anything. So he's like made himself into a jetpack.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
I was like, so there are just like no rules.
I see.
At all.
I see.
Like when the rules get a little too overblown to where it's like, why can't he hold his baby? I guess he can't hold his baby when he's transforming, but that doesn't like make sense to me.
No, that was I definitely had that exact thought. He said that, and I was like, all right.
This feels made up. This feels made up for stakes.
Yeah. The other line that was like was like when like the full video of his parents got released, and he goes into the bank or whatever, and the Green Lantern comes in. And then Mr. Terrific just goes, he's like, I know the guys that checked on that. They wouldn't make that up. It's like, all right. Like, I guess you had to squash the doubt of it being fabricated, but it's just.
No, they squashed it like 5 times because they knew how ridiculous that plot point was. Like, every person, we saw like 5 locations after that got released, and at every place, someone's like, it can't be faked. It's totally real. And I'm like, okay, there's probably a better way to go about this, but I think just the commitment to stuff like that almost made it work for me. Because there's not really like it wasn't. It had its tongue-in-cheek moments, but it wasn't like super tongue-in-cheek.
I say this completely.
It felt like it took it seriously.
Yeah, I say this completely non-sarcastically. Is like I genuinely do believe this now that like. It takes, and it sounds like there's no way to say this and not sound like I'm being an a-hole, but like to me, it genuinely does take like a certain amount of confidence as a filmmaker to like put in like your tongue-in-cheek, just like complete, just there for the audience sort of things in your movie. And so it's like I actually admire it in a movie that's not afraid to just kind of just like be like, hey, like, you know, we're not taking ourselves too seriously, like. You know, we're not gonna overthink this. We're just gonna, you know, say he can't hold the baby because it makes the scene more interesting, and like don't dwell on it too much.
Yes, and I think that's what made it. It almost what's really in right now is like subversion for the last 10 years. Like, how can we subvert what everyone expects? And I just was so happy to see a movie that wasn't centered around that.
I agree.
Like if you look at all A24 movies, it's like, let's make a comedy, but like let's make it subversive.
Yes.
Let's make this, but let's make it like how. But it's like when you stick to the basics, and you make a good movie, like nothing beats that. Still, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like when the music hits, I came. When the Superman score comes on, like I was so invested in the movie.
I remember you telling me before the movie just that you liked the music, and like when the credits were rolling, and like we stayed for the last little whatever, and so like the music stuff so like I thought about the music for like and I was like, oh wow, I didn't take note of the score or what even like the melody of the Superman song was the entire time of the film. I couldn't even tell you right now. So I think
that's insane to me. That's insane. Like that's a top 10 score ever. Not for this movie, but it's like it's a John Williams, original, and it's so good.
Yeah.
They didn't like try to make a new one because they're like, this one's they got it right. He got it right.
And I didn't even think about it once the whole time, and couldn't even take a educated guess at it. That
insane. But like that movie wouldn't be the same with the score is like 50% of the film. To me, almost. Like I will say, like you said, it wasn't trying to do, but I did cry. I mean, I cry in movies pretty easily, but I cried when like with the father-son stuff outside the house.
Conversation. Yeah.
I thought it was so simple, like it was so basic, but the actors just killed it, I thought. And just the way it led into the next sequence, I was so, yeah.
Yeah, I think that was a good sentimental moment. I think when I was talking about crying is more as like when things are get like sad or something. Like, but that was more of just like that was a pretty moment that like I could definitely see that just hitting the right way at the right time. Cause that was it. What's it? The dad said something. What's the line that he says? It's really good.
He says, like, parents aren't there to, like, tell their kids how to be. We're here to give you tools.
Yes.
You know.
To, like, yeah. I forget the exact words, but yeah, tools to, like, become yourself. And I thought, I was like, that's pretty on point. That's a pretty on point breakdown of good parenting.
This guy's got a point. I think I cry. I don't really cry. I feel like it's sad stuff in movies now that I think about it. I cry when it's like triumphant, usually.
Yeah, I'm on that vibe too, for sure.
Like, yeah, I can't remember the last time I cried in a movie because it was sad.
Yeah, I'm trying
I feel like I don't see that many like earnestly sad movies anymore either, now that I think about it.
Yeah.
Everything's so tongue-in-cheek, even the dramas.
If I cry, I'm like thinking so much about my like how, because like, and we'll get to How to Train Your Dragon, but for me it's like that because the original was so near and dear to my heart that like it would just be like 10 times during the film at like just weirdly just like quiet moments or whatnot. Like I would just like I would realize something about the movie and how it made like how the original movie made me into who I am now, and like that and just reliving that small moment would just like bring little tears to my eyes. So
yeah no, and I think that's why like Fabelmans made me cry probably more than any other movie, because it's just like about filmmaking.
Yeah, just like,
you know,
dang, I've been there.
Yeah.
But yeah, Superman. I love Lex Luthor was great. I did not that Nicholas Holt's a great actor or whatnot. You know, I thought he did excellent in this role. But when I say for me, when I'm saying Lex Luthor is great, it's not necessarily the performance. I just liked him as a villain in this. Like, you know, you could have written him kind of like written him not in a fresh way. But there was him as a villain got me thinking about a lot of stuff. And then obviously in juxtaposition to like Superman being like this hero, like the basically the penultimate hero, it created for me a really nice, like if we're talking like contrast, you know, it's like it was a really stark contrast between the two of them, and it just got me thinking a lot, you know, about like morality in life in a good way.
Yes. Yeah. You're saying their contrast helped you think about just morality in general, or something like, was there something Lex? Because I think maybe I really liked him too. I feel like I could have used a little more. Why does he hate Superman so much?
I hear you.
Just because is it because? And maybe you can answer this. Maybe I missed it because the movie moves pretty fast.
It does.
Like, is it because not just because of the land, but does he feel like this guy's getting all this attention, but he's not even, you know, one of us?
Interesting. Yeah, I would say that's right. There was nothing explicitly said. I'm sure there were some smaller lines that helped paint the picture a bit better. I can't remember them right now, but like the biggest line was like, you know, they like from like it was maybe even in the trailer. It's like they chose him. He said Lex Luthor said something is like they chose him, let him save them, or something like that at some point.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it is a bit of that. Maybe a bit of, you know, of the immigrant narrative going on perhaps is at work. But overall, because it's again like Superman's such a penultimate. It's just a very almost like a general, just a really big good versus evil situation going on, which again plays into this kind of like safe like. And not like, you know, the way that you described it, like it's not trying to subvert anything. Like it was just very easy, just like good, evil sort of thing that was going on. For me, like a very like specific moment that I liked was like when Superman shows up, he's like, "Where's my dog?" and he's like blowing up the office, and like, you know, it's recording, and on the recording, you know, Lex Luthor looks like he's the sane and in control one, and Superman looks like he's the insane, out of control one. That's just like a really good. That's always for me like a really good depiction of good versus evil, and like, you know, I don't know. Lex Luthor manipulated that situation, used it to his advantage, and like, I don't know. That's just something I see happen in daily life every now and then.
Totally.
You know?
All the time. No, I agree. That was a great scene. And I think that definitely showed kind of maybe the most of who Lex Luthor was, you know, in a microcosm.
Yeah.
Like a manipulator.
And like that's like what evil is. Like that's what evil is trying to do. And then, you know, you can hope, like in the movie, spoiler, it ultimately fails. But like, yeah, it's like for life, you know, once the inciting incident happens, right? Once Lex Luthor kind of takes power, it's like evil is in power and in control until the good guy wins at the end. And, you know, Superman's a good guy, so he doesn't like let that get to him. He gets the can thrown at his head or whatnot. And, you know, he's fortunate enough to have Lois Lane stick by his side and not turn on him. But you know, it's just like I liked that. As far as just, again, it's just kind of a by the numbers good versus evil story.
Yeah, and the simple, like it's so simple, but it was delivered so well. I felt like in terms of, like especially the scene where they're talking about, like on the surface this feels contrived, but when they're talking about like punk rock or whatever, and he's like being good is like the new punk rock or whatever.
Yeah.
And it sounds cheesy, but it's done so well that I was like, oh, it's honestly, it's just so true in our life nowadays.
It really is.
Being a good person is a rebellious act. Almost. It seems like.
It really is, and I don't even know if it's like a day and age thing. I think it's just like, right, it's just one of those ultimate truths where it's like, to be a really good person, you have to risk looking like a really bad person, but know that what you're doing is ultimately for the greater good, even in spite of people thinking that you're a bad person. Like, that's a true testament of, you know, if you're truly being a hero, if you will, for the good of the world. Yeah, it gets me jazzed up just talking about it.
It got me jazzed up.
It's punk rock,
It got me jazzed up.
It's punk rock.
Yeah.
The Mighty Crab Joys had me absolutely dying. When it hits on in the credits, I was like, all right, that's got me going.
Let's go.
I
was watching.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you go.
No, it's all you.
I was watching a clip from Batman versus. Like, I watched the trailer and I watched some clips from Batman versus Superman yesterday, and I was like, it's almost like a fever dream that we got these movies from Zack Snyder, because watching this version of Superman compared to that one, it just feels so it feels like a random comment it feels like something we would talk about after seeing Superman, like a light version of Superman. It's like, oh, wouldn't that be insane if Zack Snyder made a Superman movie? Like, that would be so, like, what would that look like? It almost doesn't feel like, it feels like it would be a fan film. Like,
but we just, like, got
this
it.
Feels so...
I haven't seen it, but we just got it, and everyone was just like, oh, this is just, like, your studio Superman movie. But, like, it's, like, low-key, and no one wants to hear it. Low-key, Zack Snyder's an actual auteur, and so it's, like, I've seen his other work. I haven't seen those, but it's, like, he's truly...
Wait, you haven't seen those?
No, I haven't seen Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman. I did see Justice League though.
You did see Justice League?
Yes, I did.
Then,
and the Snyder cut. I saw the in theaters and the Snyder cut.
I do fuck with the Snyder cut, but that's it.
Yeah, but it's like whether people like it or not, he's like an auteur, and so like you're getting a very specific version of Superman.
Yes.
And I think James Gunn gives us that too, but his sensibilities is just more, because I guess he had the experience with Guardians of the Galaxy in the Marvel world. Like, he just knows how to cater to the comfortability of audiences more. Where Zack Snyder's just
and I think he has an optimism that, you look at his other, I haven't seen all his like old work, but you might not think this guy's an optimist from his old work. But I feel like maybe he's at an age where he's gone through shit and he has this optimistic outlook on the world. And maybe when we talk about escapism, he's escaping to this optimistic world because that's what he wants the world to be. Whereas Zack Snyder, we were talking about it the other day with people seem to want to play opposites as actors, and maybe directors sometimes want to do it. Whereas Zack Snyder, I feel like you see Zack Snyder in interviews and stuff. He's a very light, calm, collected man and light guy. And
he's got 8 daughters or 8 kids, and I think they're all adopted, or some of them are adopted. He lives a very wholesome existence.
Yeah, so his movies, and maybe this is why his movies don't necessarily have this. I'm never gonna cry in a Zack Snyder movie. There's this kind of outside looking in feeling, but he's so tapped into the world, maybe in an optimistic way, that when he goes into the director's chair, he just wants to escape to this heavy, burdensome world where Superman carries the burden of heroism instead of wanting to. I guess you haven't seen Man of Steel, but when you watch Man of Steel, it's this guy is it is weighing on him the power and responsibility he has.
Wow.
Where this Superman,
it's obviously
seems very happy to take it up.
Yeah.
He's oh, give me all that responsibility. I just want to use it and to help people.
Mm-hmm. He just kind of goes about it. It's there for this Superman, but he just kind of, it doesn't necessarily weigh on him. It's just kind of it's lighter for him, I guess. But
yeah, he perseveres through it. He doesn't. He's not he overcomes it and then it's in the past. It's not I overcome it, but I'm still just working through it. Like in the other Superman, it feels like.
Sorry, I'm figuring out how to say this. I didn't like that within the first 5 minutes of the movie, I was listening to a 5-minute political conversation about 2 made-up countries. Not in a way that's because I know everybody's talking about the wokeness of the movie and the clear Israel-Palestine sort of situation going on there. But if fast forwarding 50 years from now and I'm watching this movie, I guess Israel-Palestine will always be something going on. But if you were to even separate it, I was just confused and slightly bored for 5 minutes, within 3 minutes of the movie starting, and I was what's going on here, people?
No, that's actually so interesting. I mean, my biggest issue with all that was the names of the countries. There's John Hapuria or whatever. I'm this is a weird name. This is the names are taking me out of it. But it's funny you say that because I think I tend to see politics in movies more than a lot of people. Maybe not now that everyone's so political, but it didn't even clock to me at all that was Israel-Palestine when I was watching it. It just wasn't. I wasn't even thinking about it.
I honestly wouldn't have thought about it
until someone said it.
Yeah, I think my brother said it to me in theaters. I knew, I heard from media that the movie was woke, and I'm I don't know what that necessarily means, but then my brother just said Israel, Palestine or something in the middle of the movie. And I was oh, okay, now that gives me context. I think while that 5-minute conversation was going on, he leaned over and was it's an Israel-Palestine thing. And I was oh, okay, that makes sense. Because I was why?
Well, I don't even think this was
on?
written when all that stuff started. I think this movie was written before, the writing had started before that attack happened.
Interesting.
And all this stuff broke out. So to me it wasn't. To me it felt very Israel and Palestine aren't the only countries that are
There's-
beefing in the Middle East
Yeah,
and are willing to invade a smaller one to.
I'm on that
That's
too.
very.
And even if we're
No,
not
I
even
think it is
talking
timeless.
countries, yeah, if we were talking countries, like at the bare bones of it, it's just like the more powerful entity, taking control or like, bullying. It's basically just like bullying. Like if you want to make it like countries can bully each other, but also just people bully each other. It was just like the more fortunate country was just going to take over the less fortunate country. Like that's just very bare bones basic stuff.
Yeah, it didn't strike me as they could have made it way more like Israel Palestine if they had gone into the history of these countries and all of that, but it just felt like these are two neighboring countries to me. And there are wars that almost get started all the time, and I could see Superman in our world going to one of these countries, and it just so happens that most of the wars in the world in the last 50 years have been in the Middle East. So I guess if he really wanted to separate it, he could have made them two like Russian type countries. But even then he's maybe like, oh, that's too close to home with Russia and Ukraine. So unless he really made up to a made up country or something, or made up continent, I don't know. I think it worked for me. Yeah, I think I was shocked at how you're a testament, I think, to how well it was done, for me at least, was I didn't think about. And same with the whole, like, with, like, people saying it's woke with, like, immigration and stuff, is, like, I didn't feel like there was, like, anything that hasn't been in other Superman movies about Superman being, like that's the whole basis of, like, Lex Luthor and Superman's relationship, I feel like, in every iteration, is this. I think he's been an immigrant since like 1940 when they made him. So that didn't, feel, they could have made it on the nose, I feel like, but I felt like it was done in a way that wasn't like, hey, everyone, look.
No, I think
it felt like very,
if anything,
fitting.
And I'm not very political. Like if anything, at this, I think Hollywood is very much toning down on the in your face with that sort of political messaging, because I think they realize that, fairly obviously people don't really want that when they show up in the movie theater. And so I think I think it's toned down, if, you could even argue not close to, like, if it's in there, it would take you bringing the politics into it. Like, but I don't think it's bringing the politics into it, I guess is the way to say it.
No, and I think it has a good
there if you want to find it. It's there if you want to find it, is I guess where I'll leave that.
Yeah, and I mean, we've probably had this conversation before, but I think, it's one of those things where it's like most movies, if they're dealing with things on a certain level, end up having to deal with politics almost. Like if you make a dystopian movie, like inherently you have to have something like political to get to a dystopia. You have to, not that you have to have a stance, but you have to, look at history and see how that type of thing might happen in the future or whatever. So like when there's a superhuman, super being flying around saving people, inevitably the government would get involved, I guess. So it didn't feel like, it felt like how in Civil War, the Marvel movie, that was, you could say political because it was about intervention, but it's not, is that political? You know what I mean? It's not like taking a stance on, party lines of the United States, I felt like. And I appreciated the whole like Americana of it all. Like I was like, damn, I feel like I haven't seen like a kid's bedroom like this when he goes back home.
Oh yeah.
Like an Americana, like, classic high school vibe. In a long, like I feel like Stranger Things is like the only other show doing it. In that way. It just felt really wholesome to me.
The last political-esque thing I just want to share, and then we'll hop off of it, is it's always funny to me because, like, I know it's like, again, you can read into politics of Superman saying a whole bunch of ways, but anytime, like, it's like, because Superman's a very American figure, I guess, and, like, everyone's, like, hating on him and thinks he's a bad guy, I always think, I'm like, if this was the real world, like, that's Trump. Like, Trump gets the level of hate Superman is getting in this moment. And so it's like, anytime I see it recently in a movie, I'm like, if anything, this is a movie pro-Trump.
I would agree with you if Superman was like doing the stuff that Trump is doing or saying the stuff that Trump is saying. You know, like if Superman's out there like saying the crazy shit that Trump is saying. I mean, I feel like.
But
do you not feel like Lex is Trump?
If you're, but the thing is, like, I'd stop to say, because if you're a right winger, you'll watch it and you'll be like, Superman's Trump. You know, nobody gets what he's doing.
I just completely disagree with that, but I will. I see where you're coming from with like the right winger watching it vibe, but I think then you have to ask yourself. It's like, I mean,
but
I would also say the same if someone
majority,
was like, "This is Obama."
Until the end, everybody loved, like all people in America, Metropolis or whatever, liked Lex Luthor. Maybe someone didn't have an opinion about him, but he was just doing his thing. You know,
that's why it feels like that's who Trump is. Like Trump was pretty beloved before he ran for president.
Oh, I see.
Before he ran for president, though, when he was like the New York guy, it's like Trump's like that funny guy. He's the Apprentice guy, you know?
Yeah.
So he's like, Lex is like Trump before he became president. And there is a President Lex Luthor storyline in the comics, which they might, do.
Interesting.
That I feel like they would maybe stay away from, because that would inevitably draw, people would be like, they're saying he's Trump. And it's like, this was a comic storyline like before Trump was president. So, you know, that's up to you. That's another thing where it's like, you'll be looking into it. We all project ourselves onto it.
The guy with a bunch of money is usually the evil guy, unless he's Batman. So maybe Batman's Trump. I don't know, dude. We'll have to talk about it more. No, what I want to talk about next is, which is maybe the most important part of the whole film, which is, I need your perspective on why is Skylar Gisando's character like the biggest ladies man?
Why?
Yeah, why? Like, where does that?
I mean, from a perspective of like a writing perspective, it's like, oh, this is funny.
Yeah.
But if we're like gonna psychologically deep dive into why he is, it's maybe because I don't know. I don't know.
That's the thing. I don't think there was a like, usually, you know, like there's something. But I was like, I feel like they were like, what if we just have a normal newspaper worker, but like just every girl on earth is attracted to him for no reason whatsoever. And I think it's funny, but I feel like that's as far as it went. Like, I think that's what
I wonder if there's like a comic explanation of that. But I think, you know, you can probably draw it back to this guy is just very earnest and innocent and good-natured. And yeah, maybe he's just got something, you know, there are things about people, you know, that are magnetizing sometimes to others. You know, maybe he just has something that's like, oh, this guy's got something about him, you know? But no, I don't think there's, that was your, did you say that was your favorite part of the movie?
No, just the most pressing issue to talk about.
The most pressing issue?
Yeah. It did crack me up every time, like, the girl would be like,
no, he's
so
great.
We can hang out this weekend? And he's like,
That was kind of funny because it's like, dude, just like, I mean, I know it's like for humor and jokes and stuff, but it's like, just say yes to save the world. You'll get through the weekend. How bad can this be?
Yeah, but he's valuing her emotions, you know? He's like, well, I don't want to hurt her just to save the world.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But yeah, that whole thing got me going.
The dog stuff kind of worked for me. The dog stuff had its moments of not working for me, for sure.
Yeah, you know, it was just like a dog, you know, like that was, you did dog things. And so like, I'm not the biggest dog person. Like, I don't dislike dogs, but I feel like if you like dogs, you like dogs too much. And I feel like that was for people that like dogs.
I mean, I'm a dog guy for sure. it just felt like, and maybe that's the whole point, is like because he was annoying Superman. I was like, this dog is like not a good dog. But,
And then they explained it in that funny way with the cousin at the end, which I guess she'll be in a sequel,
yeah,
but that explained it nicely.
yes, you're right. And I was kind of like, so I was like, oh, thank goodness, the dog's gonna be gone for the sequel of Superman. Now,
Oh,
but
true.
now the dog will be in the Supergirl movie. So
Oh, they make. Oh, interesting. Oh, and this is a whole universe now, I'm guessing.
yeah, this was like the kickoff for the universe. And honestly, it makes me like very, like I haven't felt this way since Force Awakens.
Is this gonna tie in with
You
the
know.
Robert Pattinson Batman at all?
Well, that's so.
That would be so
That's like
cool.
a whole thing. So basically, they have like refused to confirm or deny that.
Oh, it would be
You know?
so good. They definitely
Because
are.
you can't say like, hey, we're not going to, because if Superman sucks, then you're not going to go ahead with the universe, and then you have to
Right.
go back to the Robert Pattinson universe.
Right.
But if you say no, people are going to be like, you can't say, it's like they said the Flash was a part of the universe before the Flash came out, because they didn't want people thinking like, why are we going to go to this movie if it's not a part of the universe anymore?
We talked about that. I liked that Flash movie.
I really like the Flash movie.
I was like, I saw it.
I really fuck with that movie.
Shit, dude.
Yeah.
Now I'm thinking about it. I think I saw that I saw that in a theater in LA. I don't know if it was the Chinese theater, but it was out while I
Really?
was in LA. Yeah. I might have saw it in the Chinese, I forget the full name of it, theater. Good movie.
Yeah, really good movie. But like that's not a part of anything. So Matt Reeves, like Batman was in 2022, right? It was a while ago. So they basically haven't confirmed or denied it.
There's the Penguin TV show too.
There's a Penguin TV show. Basically, I think they keep saying, I think, that it's in development, that he's writing a script. And I follow this stuff, and I think there's like personal life stuff. I don't know what it is, but I think something with Matt Reeves, like in his personal life, has kept him from writing and directing this.
Oh, wow.
It's like, when stuff gets delayed, we never go, oh, maybe like something, happened.
Yeah.
We're always like, why the fuck isn't this movie getting made? It's like, well, maybe, that actor's mom died, or maybe they're getting a divorce, or maybe,
Yeah.
they're ill.
Well, I remember
like
the most recent time that happened was, like, why did Justice League suck? And it was like, oh, because Zack Snyder left in editing because one of his daughters passed away. And I remember hearing that as the
Exactly.
explanation to why it sucked. And I was like, that makes sense.
Well, he didn't even finish shooting it. Joss Whedon did.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so that movie's basically a Joss Whedon movie that's like written by Zack Snyder.
Not the best combo.
No. So like I think something like that's going on with him, but also they were like seeing if Superman did well. And also it's like I think they're probably going to make a Batman 2, and I think the ideal version would be there to be a Batman 2 and then a Batman for the DC universe, where it's like, how Joker isn't technically a part of whatever. I think there's just behind the scenes stuff that we don't know about.
Oh, yeah. What if Joaquin... No, because it's Barry Keoghan as a Joker, which is sick if they do pursue that.
I feel like James Gunn would come in and be like, I want to do my own Batman, because he's in charge of the universe too.
Yeah. And I could see that as well. He makes a Supergirl movie, he makes Superman 2, and then all of a sudden he's got a Batman movie in the works,
Yeah, like do you think Robert Pattinson fits in with... I think it'd be cool to have such drastically different tones.
That's my thought. Is like it'd be so drastic that I would like just to see them two interact would be very funny to me.
Yeah, and it would be weird. Yeah, I want every film, like that's my problem with the Marvel movies. They all feel directed by the same person.
Yeah,
I would love to see
to start mixing
just like
it up.
different. Yeah,
And I love the Christopher McQuarrie's Mission Impossible. That was one of my favorite things. 5 movies deep into Mission Impossible. It's like each one of them had a stylistically very different director, and I was like,
oh yeah,
I was hoping they were gonna keep that up. Just keep getting a different sort of dude to direct those movies. So it could be cool to just, I don't know, if the DC universe is trying to do something good, is like let directors kind of have more of their own stamp, and that can be kind of the DC trademark.
Yeah, and that doesn't mean it needs to be like, Christopher Nolan's Batman with this Superman, but just like a little more, a little different flavors. Like if I want to see a Batman movie, make it feel different than the Superman movie.
The funniest part of the movie was when the guy goes, he's like, Justice Gang, that's a pretty cool name. He's like, all right, you're in. That was the funniest part of the movie to me.
Yeah, that was like, even the shit like that, I'm like, I was looking at that character and I was like, this character is going to be lame, but the Guy Gardner character was great, I thought.
Is that the Green Lantern?
The Green Lantern, yeah.
Yeah, he was funny. He was funny. There was one time, I forget what he even said it to, but it was at the end of the scene where Lois Lane walks off with Mr. Terrific, and I just remember him saying like, "What the what?" at some point, and that made me
laugh. Yeah, I need to rewatch it because I don't even like remember that. I heard someone else say that. I'm like,
but yeah, I think
was that at the very end?
No. Towards the middle, before they go off to go to the Pocket Universe.
Yeah.
But I guess I had one more. I was gonna end us, but then I thought of one more thing. It's one of my favorite songs, the 5 Years Time, Jonah and the Whale song. But that action scene with that song didn't. I don't know. Did that work for you? It didn't quite work for me.
I thought it was good. I definitely enjoyed it. I had the feeling though that like, audiences are loving this, I think.
Oh, really?
Like I just felt like people are gonna love this, but is that the one with Mr. Terrific?
Yeah, where she's in the force field.
Yeah, I think the problem with that to me was, and it's kind of with the F1 thing, is action sequences where, first off, this goes to like maybe my biggest issue with the movie was, and it's a good issue for a movie to have, is it had so much stuff I liked, but a lot of rules weren't explained. And not that I need you to like explain shit to my face, but I'm like, is Mr. Terrific, what is he? What is his powers? Is he connected to these orbs, or what is this? What is happening?
Yeah.
And
I think he's got a super brain or something. I'm just guessing. I have no foundation.
Either way, I was just like, I enjoyed the sequence for sure. I was definitely thinking to myself, this feels James Gunny in a sense, where this song isn't, and you said you like the song. I don't dislike the song, but the song wasn't anything stand out to me. Mm-hmm. The song wasn't getting me jazzed for an action sequence. Mm-hmm. And maybe he was going for that, let's do a song that you wouldn't expect to play during an action sequence thing.
Yeah. It just like didn't.
It's the same feeling. I
don't know.
Do you remember the scene in Guardians 3 with Beastie Boys?
Did they do No Sleep Till Brooklyn?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
So that was, it's the same feeling I had in that, where it's like, this is really good on paper, but
it
it's
doesn't
so
connect.
CGI heavy.
Yeah.
It's so CGI heavy. It's so overly choreographed to the point where it doesn't feel, I don't know what the word is, but it's like I'm watching a dance. I'm not watching a fight.
Yeah,
and it feels artificial.
Well,
it doesn't feel earned, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like, it's something about I'm drawing to this word connection, because it's like Guardians 2 starts with Mr. Blue Sky with the same sort of thing of like an action sequence set to like a lighthearted song. But like that one connected, it worked, and maybe it was something to the fact that they were like focused on Baby Groot throughout the whole thing, or something. I don't I don't know. It's just like, but I do remember the No Sleep Till Brooklyn thing not connecting with me. It's like, I don't know. It's like, I guess sometimes he just gets it, sometimes he doesn't. Maybe people liked this one. It just, for me, I was like, maybe because I knew the song, I was like, it just felt weird. It felt incongruent. And honestly, that might be it, because I feel like his whole thing is like trying to pick niche songs people don't know for the most part, unless he's picking a song everyone knows. And so I bet he categorized this one as like, no one's gonna know this song, and so I can kind of get away with some things. But no, James, not me. You can't get past me.
I mean, I definitely. It's one of those things where it's like, I enjoyed it, and I enjoyed the No Sleep Till Brooklyn one. And I did enjoy this one, but yeah, there's just like some reason I'm not eating it up. And I should be eating it up on paper.
Yes.
And I do think it has to do not just with like the music or the way it was shot, but there's something with, I think it might be with the way it's shot, where it's like, okay, I know we're going down this road. And it also went for a while. And also I'm like, I think it also had to do with the people they were fighting not really putting up a fight, it felt like. Mm-hmm. Like, it felt like they were just running around getting blown up. Like, I didn't feel like anyone was, like, making a move to try to kill him or kill Lois. Like, it felt very... The best fight scenes are the ones where...
Well,
like,
they
if you
kept
think about, like, the hallway
they
fight...
kept trying to kill Lois, and she was just very clearly in a force field. And so, like, they were just they just were shooting at a force field that was doing nothing and then getting killed the whole time. It was yeah.
Yeah, and maybe we can explore this right now, but I'm like, why does Freebird and Kingsman work so much better than this scene?
Oh yeah, because it's sick.
I think it's almost like for a needle drop fight scene, you don't want to choose a contrasting song. You need to choose I felt like a spiritual song. I don't know.
Yeah, I felt
Freebird
like
has like the perfect mix. Yeah.
I wanted a song that connected to the energy of the scene. And sometimes the contrast works and sometimes it doesn't. But I wanted it to connect in this one for whatever reason.
There almost needs to be this like... It needs to be a song that you don't think of for a fight scene, but once you hear it, you're like, how could this not be used in a fight scene?
Yeah, I've
like
listened to that song a million times and never imagined a fight scene during that song.
But you should hear it. You should listen to it now and be like, of course this is a fight scene.
Yeah, and that I didn't.
But maybe you won't think that way.
I didn't get that.
But like it's like I didn't think this scene was like that well done to me. But the feeling that it could, like, it's like in Deadpool and Wolverine with, what's that song, the Madonna song?
Oh, that one I
Life
loved. Yeah, that worked for me. That worked for me.
Like, the scene itself didn't work for me, but the build-up really worked for me. Like, when they're walking in slow motion and that song's playing, in your head, you're like, oh my gosh, this is the perfect song.
That's one of my favorite songs ever. That one, it worked for me the whole time.
Yeah, so maybe it might be like a song choice thing where he needed something a little more... Yeah, just something where you almost hear it and you're like, oh shit, is something going to go down? Because this song's playing right now. Not like, oh, are we doing this song? Okay. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I mean, the scene definitely worked for me. I enjoyed it, but it could have been unforgettable. It could have been the highlight of the movie, and it wasn't.
Right. It could. So why is that? And it felt like it was in a place to be like that sort of thing.
Yes.
Question: have you seen Super?
I saw it in high school, so I couldn't tell you I just remember there's like a random rape scene, but that's the only thing I remember from that movie.
Yeah. Good movie. Just in general, cool to see, him making superhero movies from that and whatnot. But the ending of that movie is like almost the same as the ending to Superman, and so I was wondering if you had caught it. But basically, like, it's just the same. Like, it ends with Rainn Wilson and I think it's a Queen song playing, just looking at like a bunch of pictures of like, I forget, like of his life or something like that, like on his wall.
Mm.
And like it was like the same thing with Superman, except for it was videos in his chair or whatever. So that was just another thing I had noticed. I liked the and like that song obviously worked. Like it was like that, that was baked into the actual story. So that one definitely worked for me.
What song was it? I don't even remember.
Oh, something about being a punk rock. I'm a punk rock something.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that really worked for me. I mean, he's good at that stuff. That family stuff.
You got to rewatch
Found
Super.
Family.
It's good.
I do.
It's good.
I do like
Great
to see
music.
where people
Great
start and end.
Well, then you got to start with Slither, but we won't get into that. We won't get into that. I watched that once, did not like it, but it's it's a different podcast. Maybe it's a podcast, but I don't really want to talk about it. I didn't love the movie. Nothing against the movie. I just honestly don't even remember it too well. But yeah, anything else on Superman?
Let me see. It blows my mind you didn't like the music didn't stand out to you. I mean, this can be kind of a segue, but just flying in general, we talked about it last podcast, but like flying in movies is just like, I'm like, what can I make where a character flies? Like Chronicle 2, because like something about flying just hits so good. It's like such a power trip thing. I don't know for a human being, but like when someone's flying and the music hits and they dip down, it's just like it gets me so good.
Interesting. Yeah.
And Superman and How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah. See I remember you said that about the flying scenes in this didn't really get me either. I don't know if I was just too conscious of like the amount of CGI that was going on, but the flying, just like, not that I didn't like it or anything like that. It just didn't. I didn't have like I had that connection in Wicked with the flying that you talked about, but I didn't have it for the flying in this.
I didn't have it as much in this. I had it. There's like a couple moments where I think like the right after he had that combo with his dad and the music is blasting and he flies off hit me, but the stuff that didn't hit me was how it was shot sometimes, like with the ultra wide angle, super up close,
and that camera doing the thing where it's moving around and. Like,
yeah, that was a little much.
Yeah.
Like that's where Zack Snyder's flying stuff was like crazy.
I gotta see it. I gotta see it.
Oh my gosh, I forgot you. I keep forgetting you didn't see it, but it feels like very real. Like a guy's flying. And it's just like electric.
So yeah, so we'll transition. How did you feel about the flying and How to Train Your Dragon?
I mean, that was my favorite part of the movie, was the first flight sequence with the music.
Yeah.
So I really like the score of that.
Yeah, the music. I loved the score for How to Train Your Dragon.
It's just like, yeah, it's just so it feels good. But that was probably my favorite part of the movie. What?
I was just gonna say, so in all though, so we'll just start fresh. What were your overall thoughts on it?
I want to tell you I absolutely adored it, but I liked it. I had a fun time with it. And I think maybe it has to do with I do think maybe it would be better in animated form.
Mhm.
I do think that. I also think you did hype it up a lot.
Hey, it's an 8.1 on IMDb. It's higher than Superman.
That's crazy to me.
No, it's not.
Not that it's a bad movie, but there's a artificiality to it, and this is where we talked about, like, I went in and I was like, oh, these costumes feel fake, but then I'm like, you know what? This is that type of movie. Just have fun with it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think my least favorite parts of the movie were maybe what was most of the movie, which was like the training stuff with the other kids.
You didn't like how he cleverly figured out how to beat the dragons?
No, I did like that stuff. I think I don't know. I thought Gerard Butler was amazing.
He was really good.
He was so good. He was giving like a crazy good performance in this movie.
He was really, really, really good.
Also, like the love stuff with the girl, I didn't even get the impression like Hiccup was into her at the beginning of the movie or anything.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, like I didn't even see that coming. You know, I saw it coming because like obviously, you know, you're gonna have like a love interest and stuff. But yeah, and I think my worry about Mason Thames, is that his name? Mason Thames?
Mm-hmm.
Was a little, I think, founded, where it's like this guy's, yeah, he was good at playing awkward, but he's very confident in his awkwardness, I felt like. Where it's like, this guy's cool.
Yeah.
This guy's, it's probably just me comparing it to like Jay Baruchel, you know?
Yeah.
Who's like, they got him because his voice didn't radiate cool.
Right.
Like I never got the impression this guy was like the biggest loser in town, I guess. But all that said, like, yeah, the father-son stuff I thought was great. Just like from a structural standpoint, it was another movie like similar to Superman in the sense where it's like they just nail, like there's genuine moments where I'm like, how are they going to get out of this? Genuine moments where someone flies in to save the day and I didn't see it coming. Genuine moments of like characters changing to become better and growing that are obvious but still hit really well that I didn't see coming. So like everything just like fired on all cylinders from like a structural standpoint, I thought. And yeah, the like dragon stuff was, yeah, like I was definitely like when they were capturing him, I was like, you know, covering my mouth because I was like, no. So yeah, I had a fun time with it. It wasn't life-changing, but I had a fun time with it for sure.
Yeah. I wasn't worried about you. Like, I felt like if you saw the animated movie, you probably would have liked it more, but I don't like.
Yeah,
I feel like whether you like it or not, I feel like it's an objectively, not this version, but it's an objectively elite movie. But I think for it to really be like at the level as it is for me, I think you have to have seen it, you know, when it came out in theaters, like just at the right young age.
Oh, totally.
So, but I think objectively, I knew you would like the animated more whenever you get to it. But I was like, this is in theaters now, so I was like, you should just go see this as it is now, because it is a cool big picture experience. The dragons looked so cool, especially like, were you hyped? Like, part of me story wise was like hyped when like not only did we get to see the dragon's nest, but then like there's that massive dragon. I was like, that's insane to me. That I thought that was
that's obviously in the animated.
Oh yeah, it's like shot for shot is what the film is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that makes me really interested to see the animated. That was something I actually wanted to ask you. So, because they kill this dragon, isn't that like everyone's mom? Or are they like being held captive by that big dragon?
No, they're like being held captive. They've got to
so
like
I was under the
feed
impression
it or
it's
it
like,
kills them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was like the biggest point of confusion where they like kill this dragon and then they're all like buddies. I'm like, wait, isn't that like their mom?
No, that was like their evil king or something.
There's a second animated movie, right?
There is, and a third.
Oh shit, I'm kind of hype to watch all those now.
You definitely got to rip the first one whenever you get to it, but because I think a lot of things you don't like will play better.
Totally. I mean, it feels like, you know what it feels like to me is like, not to make everything about Star Wars, but I'm going to, is you watch The Mandalorian at all?
No.
Yeah, I guess you don't have to for my point to make sense. But so like the showrunner of that show and Ahsoka and like these other shows basically got his start in animation. Like he did all the Clone Wars shows, all the Disney Star Wars shows. He was like basically George Lucas's like mentee back in the day. But he's basically been doing animation for the last 20 years until Disney bought Star Wars. And you can just tell on screen. It's like this would work in animation, but this just doesn't work in live action. Not that this movie is like that, because I do think it works in live action, but there are moments where I'm like, this, I can totally see this in animation way more.
Yeah.
Than live action.
And I agree with you there.
Like, this would play so good in animation.
Mason Thames' whole performance, if you will, I felt like it was an animated movie's performance, but like that, I don't know. Like that's the main place I saw it. And all the, and because like I've just loved the original for the longest time, it's like my brain was able to make all the necessary connections to not let the live action bother me, I think. But I agree with you.
Does Nick Frost... Oh, sorry.
Yeah. That one, see, like, if you've seen the animated movie and then you see what they did with Nick Frost's character, it's actually... That was one of the most impressive parts of it. I was like, wow, this feels like the actual animated character I'm watching right now. That was, like, the most...
Well, did he do the voice in the animated as well?
Maybe he did.
Because I think Gerard Butler did the animated voice, too.
Yeah, he did.
That's so cool to me that he was down to come in for the live action too. Like, that's so cool to me.
And he killed it.
But you're right. Like, there was movements with his like knees that I'm like, this is like animated awkward knees when he's running and stuff. I'm like, this is such an animated run. Like, he definitely watched the movie and like studied it.
And I think this is the first time outside of Disney, studios tried to do a live action version of their movie. I'm trying to think if there's another one, but.
I mean, maybe this is the way to do it, is like actually just shot for shot that thing.
Yeah.
Like, take Aladdin and shot for shot that movie.
Yeah, I guess it's tough because those movies are so short, like the animated ones, like an hour 20, you know? So it's like...
People would love that.
Some beef to work with.
Yeah.
Yeah, Disney does take risks adding in new songs and things like that, which don't always work, but...
No. Do you see Snow White?
I actually did. I saw it.
Really?
I watched it last week, so that's something we can definitely talk about because that was
not good, right?
The last podcast. Visually, one of the most stunning movies to put my eyes on. Like, it looked so wonderful. Like when they're in the mines and stuff is amazing. The hut, the kingdom, all of it to me was really beautiful, like top of the line stuff. But the story and honestly, not even to just jump on, just objectively, her performance were very, very, in Gal Gadot, very, very, I don't know, heavyweights on the quality of the film.
What's interesting is, like, when I saw it with Tamara, it was like we both walked out going like, Gal Gadot was actually pretty good in that. Not that she's like amazing, but based on her other work, like, kind of fit the bill, I thought. Whereas like Rachel Zegler, I feel like this is maybe a larger conversation. I actually think she's like, I think West Side Story 2021 is like one of my favorite movies ever. I thought she's amazing in that. I thought she was amazing in the new Hunger Games. Then I watched this and I'm like, what is she doing? You didn't see the new Hunger Games?
No, I want to.
So good.
I'm glad you reminded me of it. I'll probably watch that soon. And
she's like amazing in it.
I'm not forcing myself to see every movie in theaters that I want to see, so then there's like little surprises like this for me. Like 3 years later, it's like, oh, I forgot I never saw that, so now I get to watch that. I'm so hyped.
That is really nice, actually. Really nice.
So some moderation, right? Yeah, my thing with her... What's that?
Guess who directed this movie?
I do know, and it's 500 Days of Summer, right? Mark Webb.
What is this? Why is he directing this movie? This has got to be a paycheck.
It's got to be.
Hey, here's $5 million.
I don't know if you agree, but like the scene, like the shot where the dwarfs are walking across the bridge, which again I think was in the trailer. Like some of these were like some of the most, to me, the most like beautiful images I've ever seen put on screen. And like I don't know how Mark Webb did that. I don't. But maybe you don't agree with me.
I feel like it's like all CGI, no?
It is, but it's beautiful.
No, it was gorgeous, but it just feels like I don't feel like he tried with this movie.
I think it just wasn't in his, like, he didn't have the bag.
His heart wasn't in it.
I don't think he had the capability to do it. I think more so.
He probably got
so,
this movie because of 500 Days of Summer.
16 years later.
Because of the dance sequence.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe. It's a weird.
That's a good
pick.
little proof of concept.
Yeah, it's a weird pick for him. I just don't think he had it in his bag. Less so phoned it in. I think like he just didn't have what it took to make a good Disney movie.
It's just not in his wheelhouse. Yeah.
With the Rachel Ziegler performance, I gotta say, because we jumped off that. But you're saying she's good in those other things, and I saw West Side Story, and I didn't think twice about her performance in that, but to me watching this, I'm like, she's not listening to any actor she's interacting with in any scene. Like, I'm like, this, I don't know how she's being directed or what. She was so deep inside. I don't know if you picked up on this, but she was so deep inside her own head that, like, she might as well have been, the other person might as well not been saying lines in response to her. It was like she had already planned out how everything was going to be said at every given moment of the film.
That's interesting. I mean, I definitely would have to see it again. I think she played it very theatrical, and I felt that. And I remember especially thinking, and it's one of those weird things where it's like you get theater performers and sometimes they work in movies and sometimes it's like just like super theater kid, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I felt that with both her and the love interest, and I looked it up, and the love interest is like only done theater. But it just felt like a theater performance. And also maybe it has to do with, I just think about, like, I wonder what was set like when she was talking to all 7 dwarves. Like, are there stand-ins? Is someone off stage reading it for her? Like, what is that?
Just thinking as to why she interacted so poorly with them.
Or just like, I just wonder what that's like on set. I don't remember. So I don't know if she was like bad to me. She definitely her worst performance I've seen though.
It took me out of the
But the movie wasn't really doing her any favors, I thought.
Yeah,
also.
The script wasn't doing her any favors. I'm sure the directing wasn't doing her any favors, but yeah, there's just something missing in that realm of the movie.
There wasn't maybe and maybe this is something I deal with when I'm acting too sometimes, is like when you're playing a character, it's like doing character work while also finding the truth in it, you know, and not trying to play something that you're not while also keeping it grounded in reality and having all that stuff going on. So sometimes you end up, I guess, you know, working from the outside in instead of the inside out. And then you end up with just the outside because you almost never really find the inside because it's just so out of the realm of your real life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I just remember the movie feeling extremely fake.
I didn't like what they did with Dopey. That was maybe the worst part of the movie. That they have him actually talk.
Who voices him? Someone voices him that's like famous.
Yeah, I did recognize the voice. Well, it was the narrator of the whole film, and then you realize, oh, it was Dopey narrating the film. But I'm like,
oh my gosh! Guess what the score has on IMDb? What its score is on IMDb?
2, right?
That's insane.
Yeah,
it's not that bad.
No, it just became a meme to hate it at a point, for sure.
Yeah, it's like a 4 or a 5 probably.
For me, one of the things I like the songs. I'm not a big Lin-Manuel guy, but the songs were actually pretty, like, they weren't emotionally moving me, but like what they were saying was pretty impressive to me. Like I didn't like the performance of the Gal Gadot Queen song, but like I felt like it was the song itself was a good statement on like vanity or like, just like beauty or whatever it was trying to say. That was powerful to me, and I liked her. Waiting on a Wish, again, like that was actually a pretty decent song, but like the idea of that in a song, powerful stuff. So I was impressed, and the love song between the two of them, which I won't remember anything of, I remember thinking the same thing. So I was kind of impressed by the music, the actual songs themselves, throughout the whole movie.
I honestly don't remember any of them. I'm gonna be real with you.
No, that's okay.
Did you say Lynn did the music?
I actually don't know that for sure, but I feel like I can tell what a Lin-Manuel Miranda song feels like nowadays, and I felt like yes, and I'm pretty sure he is like the head music person at Disney now. So I made the assumption at the very least.
Well, I know he's like memed on and stuff, but I've been listening to Hamilton a lot the last couple weeks.
You don't say.
Why have you been?
No, just because I know you love it.
Yeah, I go through like, phases, obviously. Like once a year I get in like, the big phase and listen to the whole thing. And
yeah.
And I was like, gosh, this is actually like so fucking good. Like, like his voice is still like hilarious now that like people have made fun of it so much. But like just the lyrics are like, it's so cool to look at like when he did the first performance for the Obamas in 2008. Like before this was even on anyone's radar, he like performed it for them at like a White House dinner, and like everyone's laughing, and it's like this guy's fucking like painting the Mona Lisa in front of you and you're all laughing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like you have no idea what you're witnessing right now.
No, I feel like again, in a non-sarcastic way, I feel like that's an apt sort of thing. Like truly, like I do, like I'm like music wise, and the fact that he himself starred in it as well. Yeah, it's near like Mona Lisa level for sure.
And when I saw the Wicked trailer in front of How to Train Your Dragon, I was like, when they make a Hamilton movie, it's gonna be insane.
Oh my,
it's gonna be insane.
Dude. Oh, that's gonna hit so
probably in like
hard.
10 years time.
Because like there's a bone in me, at least right now, and I feel like it's gonna be there for a while. Like an early America movie would hit. And
yeah.
And
yeah.
And a Hamilton movie, like seeing like an old ship,
dude.
Seeing like an old harbor, seeing like the wigs and the government buildings back then. Like, it would hit so hard.
Oh, it's gonna be so good, dude. Oh my gosh. Yeah, like they're in an actual like we're doing like Revolutionary War fighting, and there's like a song going on. Oh my gosh.
Be so cool.
It's gonna be unreal.
But yes, to take us all the way back to How to Train Your Dragon, what did you think about the overall, just like how did the story move you at all? I guess the hero's journey, yeah.
Totally. Yeah, I mean, I think it definitely moved me. The stuff with the dad, the stuff with Toothless.
Yeah.
I think I didn't know the lore, I didn't know this dragon was like a rare dragon or any of the stuff involving like, obviously it's called How to Train Your Dragon. but
right.
But I didn't know it was like, they're going to be kind of enemies at first and slowly help and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, like when I say it's like structurally just like everything is like perfectly bow tied, like even down to him losing the foot at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Just like how his dragon has that issue,
Oh, it's incredible.
Yeah, just like everything works.
It's one of the best, and that's the thing, the live action movie doesn't do it full justice, but it's one of just the best written script stories that I've ever seen to this day. Like, just like,
it's so good.
With the stuff you're talking about. And just the way the little moments are done too. That's so funny. Like, I'm trying to remember, but like, when he's trying to get him to
you mentioned it,
yeah.
But it's like a movie that has everything is so satisfying. Like, it's an adventure, it's a romance, it's family. It deals with, hubris. It deals with, it deals with everything you
Yes.
could really deal with in a movie.
Yeah.
Obviously, none of it's like, it's not like Before Sunrise for romance, but it's like, no, it has it, and you feel that, and that's what matters. You don't need to, and I think it's one of the cool things about movies is how impactful something can be, where it's like, you look at the relationship with the dad, it probably gets 10 minutes of screen time, but you still leave the theater going like feeling that when it really wasn't that much,
Yeah, you're keying me in on stuff now. What's so freaking good is like, it's so good that literally he realizes when he doesn't kill Toothless at the beginning that he can't kill dragons, but he's been wanting to be a dragon killer his whole life. And so, but like that's the moment when he realizes he can't, which is the moment he comes home, which is the same moment that his dad's gonna let him do dragon training. I'm like, dramatically, like that's so good, and the way that they intro the scene like echoes that perfectly, where they both try to talk at the same time. He's like, "You go first," and then he says it. And he's like, I should have gone first. I'm like, that's just such good writing. It blows my brains.
Yes.
But yeah, that scene's good, and the boob helmet. Like, that's just a funny little touch. Like,
the what?
The helmet being the mom's breastplate. Did you catch that?
No.
Yeah, the helmet he gives him. He's like, because he's like, we both got one. They're just wearing their.
Oh, that's hilarious.
The dead mom's breastplate as helmets. Another thing that just when I rewatching it, reminding myself the things I love about it is like, one, yes, like. So it's like there's this dragon, and like the way they're introing him, it's like, if I killed one of those, it'd be this, that, the other. And then he's like, and then this dragon. Now, if I killed one of those, people would think this, that, the other. And it goes through, and then it's like, and then this dragon. Now, if I killed that one, people would be this, that, the other. And you think like, again, we've gotten 3 now. And then he even goes to a 4th one, which is like the big scary one that like lights itself on fire. He's like, if I killed that one, no one kills that one. Like, I like only my dad can kill that one or something. And then like even after that, it's like I'm just remembering like the first time I saw the movie, and then it's like even on top of that, there's this 5th dragon, the Night Fury, that no one's even ever seen, dude. And you're like, get out of town. That's so cool. What are you talking about? Because by the 3rd one, I was like, oh, so the movie's going to be about him trying to kill this 3rd level dragon. And then there was a 4th level dragon. I was like, get out of here. 5th level, and it's sick. And then it does a thing that I always love that movies does, where it wasted no time. He gets the slingshot out there first night, knocks out the Night Fury, and you're like, oh shit, like we're in on it now. Like he just did something no one in the history of their Viking tribe has ever done. And it's so sick. So sick. And it just gets you hyped, like underdog wise. You're like, that's the thing, like maybe the live action version wasn't communicating, but like when you're watching Hiccup and you're like, oh, like, dude just wants to kill dragons. Like, for me, I guess, watching it, I was like, I just want to, like, make movies. And then, like, he gets out there, shoots his slingshot, almost accidentally hits it, does the coolest thing ever. You're just like, wow, like, that's Providence at work right there. I think, the first time I watched it, it was, like, right when I was like, I want to be a filmmaker. And, like, I think it was, like, it made me believe, like, it was just hitting on all of those, and all of that the whole time for me.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. And then
I'm a sucker for any young person hero's journey, anything. Like when he climbs the dragon at the end or whatever, and his dad says something to him, I don't know, but when he like takes the reins to fly off after his dad saves Toothless from the pond, and kind of their roles have been reversed. It just hits so good.
Yeah, and when, like you said, when the dragon gets like captured too, it's like I didn't expect that to happen. Like everything that was happening in the movie, I didn't expect to happen. It was so fresh. I love that movie. But I think another thing that obviously will help it more is the animated love interest. I think it's an animated character, America Ferrera's voice, but however you're supposed to say it, just works a lot better in the animated film. Like you just kind of like you immediately get why he has a crush on her from the second that he sees her, and then and then like so like then that moment when they finally fly together pays off a lot better as well. So it was nothing to the girl that played it. I just think there was just something about the animated version with that specific character that just really worked.
Okay. Yeah, and it wasn't an acting thing for me. It was just like a writing thing. I was just like, I didn't get the impression that I just got the impression he was intimidated by her. I didn't get the impression that he liked her.
Yeah.
When I was watching it.
I think you're right, but I don't know. Just maybe when I was just in the driver's seat of pretending I was Hiccup when I saw it the first time, it was like the second when I was a kid, the second I saw her, I was like, I'm in love with her. I'm in it. I get it. And so it's like, you know, it'd be weird for you to do that now, but also I don't think that actress, like, you know, I don't think other, you know, teenage boys that were seeing the movie were immediately in love with her the second that they saw her. But I just had the fortunate experience of like that being exactly what happened to me when I saw the animated movie, and so I was just absolutely locked in from that moment on.
No, I totally see you. I really like I thought this would be just a fun character to play, but like the character, like this is where I watch it and like as an actor I'm thinking about what I would do, you know, and that, you know, might impact my viewing as well, where I'm like watching the other kids or whatever, and there's like that one kid that really likes the girl.
Yes.
You know, and he's like everything he says, like she says the opposite, and then he changes his mind immediately.
Yeah.
I was like, this is just a funny character, and he did a good job, but I was like watching him like that would be so fun. Like I could just see there's just so much to play with there. So many choices to make.
Him's relationship with his dad is one of the funniest parts of it, where the dad just ignores him.
Even that was like so, like they redeemed that too.
They did,
you know, and that wasn't something I saw coming.
Yeah.
I also love seeing the Hunt for the Wilder People guy.
Who
you know
was
what I'm
he?
talking about?
Oh, the big guy. Yeah.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah. Yeah, and see, it's like the twin characters really didn't work for me in the live action, but they work well in the animated. Yeah, so there's just a lot of those inconsistencies for sure. And the dragons, of course, look more cartoony and like fun and approachable. Like the way the Toothless looks, like all the other dragons kind of have that approachability that but they kind of made them into just dinosaurs. For this one, which was interesting to look at, but again, it didn't play into the emotions of the movie as much. Cause like,
yeah, I'm looking at the trailer and I'm like, this movie looks like exactly like what I just saw, but animated.
Yes.
You know, yeah, it's funny. That's weird.
It's damn near the same thing. But yeah, even the speech, like, welcome to Yada, our village, and the only thing that's bad about it is the pests. And then at the end, it's like, the only thing but the best part about it is the pets. And you're like, I'm just like, let's go. That's so clever.
I think I also, what was I going to say? I found, the dragons, I like how they kept the look the same, but at the same time, I'm like, that would be interesting if they did a live action where it's like they made them look like Game of Thrones dragons. Like proper fucking...
Full on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, let's make How to Train Your Dragon rated R.
That would be hardcore.
But obviously, can't do that.
No. Did you think in that final moment, did it have you by the balls where you were like, is Hiccup or is Toothless dead right now? Like when he saves
I knew
him
they
going
weren't.
into the fire.
I knew they weren't. It did maybe go, oh shit. This movie had more balls than F1. Like they took his foot away.
They did.
Like that's huge.
Yeah.
But Joshua Pierce has no scratches on his body. Like, come on.
He had
now.
burned hands.
He didn't even have that. Yeah. There were moments where I was like that. Like I said, when Toothless got captured, I was like, oh no. When like they're falling in the sky. You know, when he falls off for the first time.
Yeah.
When Toothless gets his tail in the teeth.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Wait, no, when he falls for the first time and he's like reaching for the, like, again, just so much storytelling in like a matter of like 30 seconds is like the tail thing messes up. He falls off and he's trying to get the piece of paper, and then like he finally gets back onto the dragon, but he can't read the paper and he's just got to go full instinct as like they're about to hit the ground, and he goes full instinct, does the right thing, and they take off flying. Like, that's just like, it's textbook, but it's so good.
But it's so good. It's so good. It earns everything it does in the movie.
Mm-hmm. I think that's everything I had. I was more just because I had been so familiar with it, just always interested in your thoughts.
No, I mean, I had a blast. I had a blast with it.
Yeah.
It's a good week for flying movies.
Very good.
Yeah, I'm like looking at images from the animated right now just to get a vibe. It is funny.
You'll be impressed. Just like it's almost like it literally is the exact same movie but live action.
I love that though. I love that they did that.
Zero liberties.
I'm like, is it like the same script?
Oh, it's the exact same script. The performances.
I actually want to look that up.
The cadence and beat of every comedic line is exactly the same. It's not a stretch. It's like the exact same movie.
I just love that. I'm like, this director just gave everyone the film and is like, we're doing this. So like, study.
He's like, I already did this once the right way, so we're gonna do it again the right way. Thank you.
So cool. No, I think I'm like, is there anything else we have?
No, we can go to other movies that we've seen. Just kind of rapid fire about that for a little bit if you want.
Yeah, we can do a little rapid fire. I think I have 30 minutes.
Cool.
What else did I watch this week? Honestly, I probably just watched those since the since our last thing, the Superman, How to Train Your Dragon.
I watched all of Jury Duty in one night.
No shit.
Yeah.
Do you like it?
I did like it. At first I didn't, and then I liked it.
The girl and the guy from it are outside my house right now.
Like this second?
Yes.
Wait, when you say you told me this, which girl and which guy?
Chair pants guy. I don't want to say it too loud.
Okay, yeah.
Because they're literally like, they're crafty as like touching my house.
So chair pants guy.
And the girl who, I'm trying to think of like what she did. She's kind of like, she kind of gives like Jersey vibes, I want to say, like New Jersey vibes.
Yes, yeah.
Do you know who I'm talking about?
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool. But yeah, no, at first I was like, my brain was trying to reckon with, I'm like, is this real? Because this doesn't feel real. And it feels like, I'm like, what exactly did Ronald Gladden know going into this? Because this doesn't feel like who on earth would ever like not be like, okay guys, like what's going on here? But then about like 4 or 5 episodes in, I realized, I'm like, oh, like, because I didn't want to be cheated. I didn't want to be the guy that like thought it was real, and like, but Ronald Gladden was kind of in on it the whole time. Even though I know that's not what they were pitching. Like everyone but like I was like deep down, I'm like you know, written in a contract somewhere, hidden, stashed away. He was like, you can never tell anybody. You know what I mean? Like I was trying to really read into it, and but about 4 or 5 episodes in, I was like, okay. The reason this is working is because they literally just found like a genuinely pure-hearted human being that like could never even fathom someone like lying to him or manipulating him, and then they did it to him for the sake of entertainment, which morally I had thoughts about, but I liked seeing just a genuinely pure-hearted person throughout the show. Made me a better person to watch it.
Yeah, I mean it's there's not it's like what we talk about. It's just like such a feel good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like it wasn't controversial. It wasn't. And yeah, it's almost like I can't remember. I haven't seen it in a couple of years, but it's like, did they look for a pure-hearted person, or did they just happen to find? I can't remember.
Oh, no,
But I think what makes it work
they
is they
looked-
just happen to find a pure-hearted person.
Right. They looked at like 1,000 people and they were like, okay, who's actually going to believe this? It was basically what I gathered. James Marsden was incredible. He was incredible in it.
Like when he takes the shit in the toilet and the guy is like, yeah, that was me. Like, what? Like, why would you take the fall for that? There's no reason to take the fall for that, you know?
When they doing the soaking and ask James Marsden to jump on the bed, that's insane. That was insane that existed.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I liked the nerdy guy, but like I didn't like the actor version of him. Does that make sense? Like, I liked the character. I thought the character was funny, but I was like, I feel like if I met this guy in real life, I wouldn't like him. Like, not the character.
About,
not if I met the character in
the
real
one
life.
that like kept getting like hit on by the girl.
Yes.
Are you talking about? Okay.
Yes.
I remember him vaguely. I think I know what you're talking about. Like, he gives actor vibes. Is that what you're saying?
He just
Or,
gave
like,
kind of like, I don't even know what vibes. I haven't met the guy, so I can't rip on him too much. But my instinct says I wouldn't like him in real life. But I think it was because when you're watching it, I was like, your brain's more attuned to be thinking about what are these people like in real life because you know you've got one real guy in the whole scenario. So I wasn't like fully immersed. I was like thinking about and I kind of knew what James Marsden was like and knew he wasn't this character that he was playing of himself. And so like my brain was doing that for like everyone involved. And I was like, for whatever reason, that one guy, I was like, I don't think I like him.
Do you remember? I can't remember when they do like the interviews. You know, like the Office style interviews.
Yeah,
Are they in character still for those?
they are still in character.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what makes it work too. I wonder if they're going to be able to do this again.
Yeah, I wonder. Maybe it won't be jury duty. Maybe they'll choose a different like setting. I think could be cool, but
Yeah, you got to get someone who's like not plugged into social media though.
at all.
Like,
But at this
not
point,
even lying about it.
and we'll get into the morality side of it, like because this is what I felt like by the end of this. I was like, at this point, you're just exploiting someone. Like I don't know. I don't know how you morally get around it. Like the first time, you know, maybe you didn't quite realize the whole of it, but like I'm like, if you do it again, I'm like, you're literally just seeing like who's someone. Like at this point, you're like, just who's someone we can fool for the sake of entertainment, and I'm not about it.
No, and I definitely agreed with you, and now I'm pretty on the point of like it's fine because like you look at this guy's Instagram and now he's basically gets to just post ads for a living, you know what I mean, and go to events and post about it and you know make like he financially, it's like one of those things where it's like if you asked most people would you do, like it's not like they hurt him emotionally even,
Right. A little
and
bit,
I think he
but
still
yeah.
like stays in touch with them, and I think there's an element of like they really wanted to make it a point of like, yes, we were playing characters, but like we were still being honest with you.
I want to see what Ronald
Emotionally.
Gladden's like in like 20 years from now. If he's still happy-go-lucky and whatnot, then yes. But I'm worried about the long-term effects.
But it's not like, but do you think it's so bad that it's gonna make you like not trust people or something?
I don't know exactly. You know, it's a little bit of that. It's a little bit of like all of a sudden being like a public figure out of nothing. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't know. I'm worried for him. That's all I'm gonna say. I hope he's all right, but I'm worried.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I definitely see you. I do think I do think the pros outweigh the cons. And I think, I don't know, I have to watch like interviews with him, but I would be curious if someone went like, hey, if you went back, would you do this again? And if the answer is no, that's very revealing.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone's asked him that though.
If we ask him that in 10, 20 years and he's like, yeah, then I'm all right with it. Well, maybe. If he says no, then I'm definitely like, I was right. But if he says yes,
yeah, definitely.
I'm going to be suspicious, so.
I mean, my impression now is definitely from a place of like, it looks like, they made an effort to like, be friendly with him after, go out with him for a few weeks afterward and like get to know him as a real person, and like financially, compensated him.
But they had to, or else they look like bad people if they didn't do that. You know what I mean? Like, you think any of them are actually friends with him, or were they like, we have to keep up a fake friendship with this guy for like at least 5 years to not feel shitty about what we did?
At least 5 years.
I'm saying, dude, people are crazy out there.
No, they are, but I think
especially when it's making you a
like,
multi-million-dollar TV show, you're like, yeah, that's worth it to me.
But I mean, this is where we would have to talk to him or talk to these people. Shit, maybe I'll fucking talk to them this week.
Yeah, but open up your damn window and shit.
Hey, I'm on a podcast. Got a quick question for you. If you could just, if you want to come in and give your input on this. But I would have to be curious if like, because at this point, no one is like paying attention to that show anymore.
No
one's like, what's up with them? Like it's kind of out of the culture. So it's like one of those things. It's like, if I ask these people and they're like, yeah, we do like monthly hangouts, or like we still, I still text him every couple weeks, see how he's doing, it's every month. I mean, when you're an adult, like if you text someone who you don't talk to more than every 2 weeks, it's like, are we friends or what is this? Yeah. So like, I think like every month if you're texting to be like, what's up? Like, how you doing? Or like grab dinner when you're near them in town. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If they're doing that, like they don't have to do that at this point. No one's paying attention. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's if they don't want to feel shitty. But I do think there was a genuine... Also, remember, they were like basically at camp for 2 weeks? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Doing this show together and got close. It's like I still think about... Not that I'm friends with these people at all, but like I still feel a kinship with like my first improv class from 2019.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, but if it was a TV show and like we were actually improvising together, not 2 hours a week, but 12 hours a day for 2 weeks, that's a pretty incredible acting experience you'd never forget. And I think they did care about his well-being. I mean, I don't know this obviously, but I got that impression. I don't know if you got that impression from the finale. That like they did feel bad. Obviously they have to feel bad and they're actors, but it felt honest to me.
Yeah, it was well acted.
It really did, I
guess some of them,
it felt honest.
I don't know. Like I could tell the chair guy felt a little bad. James Marsden was like mature enough about it that like I was like I knew he also wouldn't just like fake being friends with the guy just to make himself feel better. But like I've more so like not maybe even the actors, but like the writers behind it, the showmakers of it. It's just like I don't know. It's just like you just played like for me, I'm like you just played someone for a fool for a while, and it's like he's a good enough guy that he's not gonna make you feel bad about it, and that he's gonna he's not gonna feel bad about it too much or whatnot. But it was like basically. And they weren't thinking about it malintent, but it was like, it's like at the gist of it, I'm like, they were like just looking for someone they could do this to because it would be funny, And I'm just like, I don't know.
Yeah, the whole show really hinges on him not being upset about it.
Yes.
Because if he's upset about it, the show doesn't work. So then it makes you question, like, did they go like, hey, is it cool? And he's like, no, this is fucking disgusting. And they're like, here's $1 million. What about now? And maybe he's like, okay, this is cool.
Yeah, it's like they have to give him like a large sum of money as well. It's like, it's just like it gets a little. Clearly, they knew that they were doing something a little morally questionable. All this to say, though, it's like on the flip side of this is like the rehearsal, where it's like
I need to watch that,
dude. You have to. It would actually change. Like what you're trying to achieve without getting into it, what you're trying to achieve with acting is what he achieves in that show. Like what anyone's trying to achieve with acting is what he achieves in that show.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I do need to watch it.
You have to watch it. You have to watch it. But he full on like he's different. Like the jury duty people like clearly felt bad, offered him money, this, that, the other. Everyone pretended to be friends or was friends, whatever. Nathan just full on just exploits you and then leaves you, and it's basically like it's your fault for being dumb, for being exploited. Not that sounds like very bad, but it's just like he's just like aware enough that he's like, yeah, I'm just using these people for comedy, and that's that. And like he did it with Nathan
Fielder.
too.
Are you talking about?
Yeah, Nathan Fielder. Like he did it with Nathan For You too. Like you just go into your business. And he'd be like, here, let's put a shit-flavored frozen yogurt thing in your machine. It's like, if you were dumb enough to do it, then you were dumb enough to do it, and he's not going to sit there feeling bad for you.
Yeah.
He doesn't, there's not a scene at the end of Nathan For You where he's like, haha, we're laughing, here's some money to actually help your business. It's like, no. It's like, you put a shit-frozen yogurt in your shop, and I'm gonna.
Well, it makes me wonder, because like, so do they sign something before he comes in, or like, how does that work?
What, Nathan For You?
Yeah, because if I got duped into putting that yogurt in my restaurant, would I want to be on national television?
But you're not. It's like it's the duping. It's like your fault for getting duped. So like you would never.
That doesn't mean I want it out. That doesn't mean I'm more fine with it being out. If it's not my fault, I'm more fine with it being out there. But now it's my fault, so now I'm extra not fine with it being out there.
But it's like it's because it's. I mean, like we've got 5 seasons of a TV show of him doing it for 8 episodes a season. But it's like it's something internally that happens in the human like soul. As to like the guy that got pranked to putting a shit frozen yogurt in his stop is not going to come after him because he knows he's like that's on me. Like however Nathan is duping them, when the person realizes it, they're like that's on me.
Well, that's like a whole other level of dupe, that he dupes them into like not going after him. Well, to me,
Yeah.
I look at it like this. It's like if I'm walking, and like this has happened to all of us, I think, when you're walking and you kind of just trip over your own feet.
Yeah.
Like your foot kind of slides and you trip, and you don't trip on anything. That's way more embarrassing to me than if someone like sticks out their foot and trips me purposefully. Then it's like you're the asshole. But if I trip on myself, it's like I'm just an idiot. And I'd rather that not be out in the world.
Yeah, but it's like he tricks you into to tripping on yourself, and so it's like you almost don't even blame him. I'm sure contracts already signed. They're like, hey, we're going to use this footage and whatnot. But like on top.
Yeah, I
of
wonder
that,
about his legal battles. If anyone's like been pissed about it or what.
Yeah,
definitely very curious about that.
And I'm sure that they have.
Obviously,
but I'm sure that everything was in check, that like he knew all the way that the rehearsal works when she gets to watch it. I'm sure he thought through every possibility that there could be, and he's got his.
There's 2 seasons of the rehearsal, right? We watched the first couple episodes of season 1.
Yeah, there's 5 seasons.
So where he's like,
and they're excellent.
There's 5 seasons of it.
Yeah, it's insane.
Of the rehearsal.
No, sorry. I thought we were talking about Nathan For You still. No, 2 seasons of the rehearsal. Yeah.
And the first one is about being a dad. What was it?
It's kind of all over the place. The second one's definitely all about like airplanes, but the first one's more all over the place. Like if you were to summarize it, like but like it's like 2 episodes are about that, 4 episodes about completely unrelated things.
Okay.
You gotta watch it though. It's so good. What's also morally questionable with Nathan is he's finding some absolute characters to put on his show. He's I'm not saying he's not exploiting people. I'm just saying he's just honest with himself about it. he just owns it, as opposed to the jury duty people.
Yeah, he's very interesting. How he really hasn't. He's very much like a modern Andy Kaufman.
Yeah, that's a good pull. It's like his whole life isn't a performance art in a way.
It's just so crazy to say, but it's true. Like, is he married?
No.
He's probably like.
Yeah, no.
I bet he is. I bet he is secretly.
I don't think he is. Like, I would have known. Tell me if he is.
Oh, he was married in 2011.
And then he got divorced.
Yeah, in 2014.
Yeah, so now he's just fully committed to the bit. He's married to the bit. And the bit's so good. It's so good, Jonah. It's so funny.
But you didn't like that show.
The Curse?
With Emma Stone and him.
Yeah, no.
You're the only one I know that doesn't like that.
The first episode's moderately interesting, and then episodes 2 through 9 are some of the most boring TV I've ever watched. Some of the most just like stupid, it's just whatever. It was.
Are they using actors or are they using people?
Oh, it's actors. It's fully scripted narrative show. They cast. The way that the Safdies cast, like the Safdies cast like real people to play fictional characters, but are really just being themselves. So there is an element of that, but the final episode though is crazy. It's crazy. It's funny. Like I can't say it, but like to say what the last episode is very funny. And then they just again commit to an absolute bit for like an hour of like a very funny thing, like a very simple funny thing, like a simple funny idea, and that's the whole last episode, and it's pretty awesome. But it's like the rest of the show is just like a bunch of just like, I don't know, a bit of what's the word or the phrase or something. It was just clearly Nathan Fielder and Benny Safdie thought that they were like doing something really deep and really this, that, the other, and it's just it's like it feels what's the word for that? I don't know. So it's just like basically 8 out of the 10 episodes are just feel like
I was gonna use like a Gen Z slang. I was gonna say like they thought they were cooking. Yeah,
they thought they were cooking, full of themselves. It's a combination of that. It's something that's
pretentious.
Yeah, pretentious. That's the word I was looking for.
Self-indulgent.
Yes. Yeah, that's another one I was looking for. Yeah, you're on it now. You pull out a thesaurus? What do you got over there?
No, it's just from the dome.
All right. But no, yeah, that's how most of the show felt. And but the last episode's pretty crazy. Like you'll never see it coming. I love anything where it's like, all right, I'm going to hit pause right now. Tell me what happens next in this movie or TV show. And I'm like, you can guess. You can take years to think about it. You can guess as many things as you want. I guarantee you will never guess what it is that this is.
That makes me want to watch it really bad because I love that. Like, gosh, what is a movie? I'll tell you. Like, do you see Beau is Afraid?
I did.
Like, not a good movie.
No.
But in the theater, I loved it. Because I was like, I love the first hour and a half. When it gets into like the mom stuff, I couldn't care less.
Yeah.
But when he's like on his adventures, I'm like, this is so random. Like, but it was weirdly true in some weird ways. Like when he's running across the street and the homeless man's chasing him. Maybe this is just a fear I've had. Maybe this is not a fear we've all had. But like, when you're walking alone at night and you see like a few like homeless people near you, it's like, what if they just started chasing me right now? And like he showed that in film, and so I thought it was just so funny.
Yeah, that whole movie we were just buried in Ari Aster's neurosis for 3 hours, and then he realized it was because his mom, and then it was over, and I was like, all right, Ari.
Oh, it was so weird. But like I appreciate when a movie just either it's this weird thing where it's like I appreciate when a movie sticks to structure so well and does everything exactly that it's supposed to do, and I appreciate it when it does something completely unexpected. But when it's only kind of unexpected, it's disappointing.
Yeah.
Only kind of subversive, it's like, okay. But if you give me like full blown 180, I'm on board.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
Like,
100%.
take me somewhere.
100%.
Yeah.
And that's what I think why people like a lot of these A24s and whatnot is like they harness that where it's like truly you have no idea what's going to happen next at any given moment for a lot of the movies. Like it's truly 180 after 180. Some of the time, not for every A24 movie, obviously.
That's the good ones. The bad ones are the ones that are just like halfway subversive but really don't have the balls to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you see Friendship? I never saw it.
I did not.
Yeah. Curious.
Yeah. It didn't look great, but
Yeah.
But yeah, you gotta watch the rehearsal this week for sure. Not not the whole thing, but at least rip an episode, see what's up. It's so good.
Yeah. Maybe that'll be one of our next. Eventually we'll talk about it.
And then I think the only other thing I watched since we last on that was at least of note, watched a bunch of.
Got an 8-minute warning for you, by the way, too.
That's all right. Yeah, I feel like 2 hours is a good length. I watched some Jean-Luc Godard movies. I watched Breathless because the new Richard Linklater movies come in, so I was like, I want to get that fresh in my head for whenever I see that. Have you heard about this?
Yeah, I saw the trailer for it, and I've seen Breathless, and I liked it a lot, actually. I do need to watch it again, but the Linklater movie, I'm like, this could be really good or really mid.
Yeah, and I feel like that's
something
kind
about
of
it feels off.
That's kind of what he's up to when he's not hitting home runs. Is like he makes like Bernie, and you're like, I don't like, it's like I don't know who this is really for, and like this one I guess is for like film people, but like even so, like Linklater isn't like a snobby enough filmmaker that like it even really attracts a snobby filmmaker,
Yeah, I think he attracts a fair bit of snobs. I think like he's like this quiet, like no one's like, oh, I fuck, like no one in like not no one, but like when people are talking about like the greats, he doesn't come up usually, but like I would say he definitely is one of the greats. But yeah, he's in this weird weird purgatory almost of like between like no one's like Scorsese, Linklater, Spielberg, but no one's like he's an auteur, but he just doesn't get that same credit for whatever reason.
He doesn't get that respect, and it's like
he doesn't have like that blockbuster other than School of Rock.
Yeah, and it's like obviously he'll never have that blockbuster because that's just not who he is. But it's like the only films that are truly like to everyone would be like thoroughly impressive are the Before movies. Like anyone who watches those, like those are his top tier movies in terms of like objectively, because like a lot of people have issues with Boyhood, even though that's obviously my favorite, but no snob is gonna enjoy Everybody Wants Some. School of Rock's also obviously very likable. I like Apollo 11.5, like that's a cheeky film. Hitman was pretty intelligent, but at the end of the day it wasn't really doing anything camera wise. Like his films kind of just exist in this weird place where it's like if you're a snobby film person, you're not gonna like die on the Linklater hill, but if you're like just a normal movie going person, you're gonna actually have seen a couple of his movies, and they're definitely a step up, like snobby wise, from just the normal movie.
Well, he's made I would argue 4 masterpieces, 4 to 5, I think arguably 5 masterpieces.
What would they be for you?
Like masterpieces, when I say this doesn't mean like, it's like, that's a word that's thrown around too much, but for what they are.
Would you say
like
Boyhood,
Dazed and Confused, Before Sunrise, Before Sunset, Boyhood, and School of Rock?
Yeah.
is what I would say.
Yeah, that tracks.
Like, you're right. I forgot about Hitman. I forgot that was a movie that was existing.
Yeah.
And I just see the trailer for Nouvelle Vague, and it's like, I'm like, you're not. I feel like he's not at his movie about movies yet. Like, and he's brushing it.
Yeah, it's weird. He's like, and it's a movie about one movie too. Like, I don't even know. Like, I'm trying to think. I think there's like another movie that's like vaguely in my mind that does the same thing, where it's about the making of a movie that's popular.
I mean, I think I might love it though, because I did. Did you like Breathless?
Yes, is my response. I
think my problem is I look at the trailer for this movie, and I'm sure he shot on film, but it looks too clean. Like, if he's going for that look of the new wave, it's like you got to go full tilt.
Yeah, but that's his look. Like, he's never had like a, you know what I mean? Like, and that's what's weird to me about it, for sure. Like, so it's like I'm in agreement with you.
What, that it looks too clean?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. And Breathless just feels so, if he's going for that like guerrilla style, it's like you almost can't manufacture that. It's like you have to, it's like acting. It's like a certain type of acting. It's like if you want to make a film in that style, if you want to make a film about that film in that style, you have to actually make the film in the style they made the film in. You can't like try to replicate it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And because of that, because of how clean his movies looks, like, it always surprises me, like, when it's like it's got the cons thing on the poster, and I'm like, this got into cons? Like, it doesn't feel like his movies should keep
French.
It's
about like the most famous, maybe the most famous French director ever. You know.
Yeah.
It's Linklater.
But I'm pretty sure like
good, it would get in.
I'm pretty sure like Hitman was in Con. I could be tripping on that.
Well, like, Hitman's got this nice little vibe of like, oh, it's like a talky movie, but it's also got that blockbuster feeling. Hitman, I thought, could have been more also.
Well, it's like on the level, it's a deep breakdown of like the ego, id, and super ego, you know? And so it's like, that's interesting, but like, it just always surprised me. You know, School of Rock wasn't in any of those film festivals, I don't think, but, you know.
I don't think so.
It'd be like if it was.
It deserved it, though.
It's like School of Rock won the Palme d'Or, you'd be like, huh. Interesting.
I'd vote for it.
Yeah. All right, we'll wrap things up here then, I think.
Okay. We can talk more about Breathless maybe next week. I might rewatch it.
Yeah, we'd have to get deep in it. I also watched Gone with the Wind for another time recently, this past weekend, so I wanted to chat about that.
That's opening a can of worms.
But yeah, exactly. So
yeah, write that down. We'll get to it.
Yeah. All right. Well, what comes out in theaters next weekend? Am I seeing anything? Are we seeing anything?
Next weekend is Fantastic Four. Okay. I don't think anything this weekend because it's like same weekend or week after Superman. They're not going to release anything, you know?
Yeah.
Week after.
Ooh.
Could see the new Jurassic.
Yeah, I think Eddington's next week, so I'll probably have seen that.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can do that. I Know What You Did Last Summer?
Yeah, and I'll probably have seen that as well, if I have the time. I want to see Fantastic Four, too, but it'll probably be Eddington, and then I Know What You Did Last Summer is going to be such a fun watch for me, so that might go first. I don't know.
I need to send the first one. Maybe I'll send that.
Oh,
I haven't seen the OG.
Yeah, I mean it's Kevin Williamson, so it's like and I started reading the script too. It's just such, the dialogue and the characters are just so punchy and so fun. So I'm interested to see how this one does in light of that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, horror movies need to have that. I think like the iconic ones.
Oh.
I want to feel like maybe nowadays the kids are too normal. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, and we got
like in the 90s.
Freakier Fridays coming too soon.
Oh, interesting.
And that's another one I watched this week. I watched the original Freaky Friday. So, but you know, sorry about it, people. You don't get to hear. Alrighty. Well, until next time.
Alrighty. What an episode. Thank you everyone for listening, and tune in next week for another edition of Soft Focus.
And then we can put in like a musical tone. Ding, 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 ding.
Perfect.